Bhagavad Gita works to connect our mind with the battlefield of life. When we are faced with a challenge, many questions arise in our mind. These questions give rise to anxiety and fear, which start to weaken our mind. There is only one way to avoid this, and that is to gain the knowledge, experience, and information. Knowledge answers our questions, and only after getting the answer, the mind becomes calm, peaceful, and think clearly and take better decisions. The battle of life can be won only when we have the knowledge. After that, no matter how big and difficult a challenge is, through knowledge the thoughts become more clear and we know what to do and which steps to take. The root cause of all the miseries and sufferings in this world is our weakness in not being able to face the struggle. Try to understand the challenge that is in front of you, then only you will be able to prepare yourself to face it. There is a constant struggle going on in our mind between both positive as well as negative thoughts, in which we do not have to let the negative thoughts dominate us. Whenever your mind starts getting weak after seeing the problems of the life, then boost your morale and face the difficulties boldly. Do not try to run away from them by making excuses. Do your work with full devotion. Always remember one thing, that not taking any action is also a kind of the action, and its reaction will definitely come in front of you. So there is more hope of getting success from a thoughtful action. You have to renounce the weakness of your mind, not your karma. We are not the body and the desires, but the soul. The soul that is unborn and imperishable. The soul that pervades the entire universe and resides inside every living being. So we are all connected with each other. While doing action, we should not worry too much thinking about its result. Rather, we should make best use of our potential without worrying about the success or the failure. One should learn from failures and keep moving forward without getting frustrated or defeated by one's failures. To be a successful person, we also need to control or limit our desires. Whatever you are doing, put your whole mind and heart into it. Your whole focus should be on your goal. Whatever work you do, do it with full concentration and mind. The secret to living a meaningful life is to always be active and to work with yourself. Perform your best without thinking about pros, cons, and all that. Honest deeds should be done without worrying about the result. Learn from your mistakes and try again and again. We shall not be able to focus our mind due to the fear of the failure. We have complete control over the action, but we don't have any control over its result. It is also very important to know the quality of the self-control in ourselves, because when our desire is not fulfilled, we do get angry, and anger becomes the biggest obstacle in taking the right step or the decision. So the best way to control anger is to control our desires and emotions. This is to be well understood that we do not want many things just because these desires start in the mind and have no end, and so we have to learn to control our mind. As a student, set high goals for yourself, give your best, focus on your studies. If you do business, then do business with full honesty. If you do a job, then before wanting to get something, have a feeling that what actually you can do for that particular company. Fulfill your every responsibility towards your family and loved ones, but do not just become blind like Dhritarashtra in the love that you forget the difference between the right and wrong, and don't hesitate to take wrong steps. All the problems of the human soul arise when his mind becomes in contact with the outside world through the senses. It is the nature of the mind that it is always searching for the happiness. Due to lack of understanding, he tries to achieve happiness through the senses and is attracted towards the objects of the world. Instead, if the mind is fixed in the true form of the human soul, that is Atma Bhav, it begins to experience ultimate bliss. God gives us the three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas. Going beyond rajas and tamas tells to become conscious about the intellect, mind and the senses. The effect of desire is up to the level of the intelligence. When the intellect and the mind merge into consciousness, then desires also perish. Lord Krishna has shown in different ways why every living being needs to perform his duty properly. It is also said to dedicate every duty to the Lord and to act free of all desire, feeling of the attachments. The human soul has to understand that in reality it has some existence of its own just because this body cannot even move without the soul, and whatever actions it takes, the qualities of the nature get it done. It is also emphasized that because this body cannot even move without the soul, and whatever actions are performed, the qualities of the nature make it happen. The human soul should not fall into the trap of both likes and dislikes while performing any action, as this is the reason for its bondage. Desire is the root of the evil, and that desire can be conquered by controlling the mind by intellect. Adopt the principle of Bhagavad Gita in the life and bring a good change in the life. Namaskar.